And we over here at the microchip plant. This is like the sun is blazing. This is like 3.5 miles away from where I live. It's like the halfway point of my walk. And there goes the Bank of America over there. It's the Bank of America headquarters, one of them. People are in there going to work. I'm coming up on Chandler Boulevard now. I live on Pecos in South Arizona. So you pull up a Google map, you can see where I'm at. I'm on Ellis and Chandler. That's where I'm at. So if you check the mileage, you can see that I'm at about 3.5 miles, if not 4. According to my experience, I done been here I don't know how many times, but it should be about 3.5. It's like 5 something in the morning. I left out at 5 o'clock. For the past 3 weeks, I've been out here. See? Oh, that's my old job on the pocket. See? They're gonna microchip again. Nobody's at work today yet. It looks like I'm watching something on TV, online, but I'm really recording. Nobody could tell the difference. Some nice palm trees. I got all these pictures of these palm trees and stuff like that. I got albums of this stuff. I've been walking around here for since 2018. Since 2018, I've been walking around here. Summer of 2018, August. Now it's pushing up on, it's like pushing 4 years almost. Then about a year ago, about a year and a quarter, about a year and 4 months. Year and 4 months ago, it was on a New Year's, not this New Year's past, but New Year's before that. I started drinking a little bit and smoking a little bit of weed here and there over that time. And I kind of slacked off some, because that's what it's going to do. Plus, you ain't trying to stress yourself out. It ain't no good to be indulging and then trying to do this. It'll kill you. It'll stress you out. That indulging in alcohol and weed and drugs of any kind, even if it's prescribed medicine, that stuff will stress you out. If you're lifting weights and trying to put in miles, so that's not a good idea. And I don't care who you are. That's the dumbest shit you could ever do in your life. You're gonna microchip again, look. You might as well just cut your throat, get it over with. That's how my homie passed. Getting high, smoking half ounces of weed a day and more, smoking like Snoop Dogg. It's like, nigga, you're like pushing 60. You can't all of a sudden start doing this shit. And he did. Trying to get in the sauna, trying to do all these things as if we were still kids playing basketball like teenagers in our early 20s. can't do that anymore. I got to get over here in the shade. That's the smartest thing I can do. Because that sun will tear your ass up out here in Arizona. We're on Chandler Boulevard now. And down there's that other highway. You can see it in the background. Down that other end. See the cars up there. I'll go there next. That's like, that's 8 miles to go there and back home. This is 7. This is 7 miles, what I'm doing today. I'll do what I started off. No, first thing I did, actually, to be honest with everyone, the first thing I did was dry out. That's what I did first of all, because I was drinking beer and some sweet stuff like Amaretto, Di Serrano type of stuff, liquor. And then once in a while I was drinking some vodka. Take a shot here and there. Just a few times during the week. In beer, I was drinking like Budweiser. I had to wake up from that shit. What happened was, I kept going in this store, and I kept on seeing this M&D 2020 stuff. And I used to drink that. We used to drink that when we was kids. We used to drink M&D 2020. It was only one kind, and it was like a dark purple. It didn't taste like what I drank. It was like a dark purple grape. And some of my boys used to guzzle it. I used to just take gulps. And one of my boys used to guzzle it, like open up his throat and just pour it down, like a whole pint. Then we get crazy and terrorize the neighborhood. Then we smoke weed. We used to all get together and buy weed. And drink that wine. And go lose our minds. So, and I ain't even drink no more liquor in the past year and a quarter. So one day we're in the store, and I kept seeing that thing in there. Then I was looking, I said, look at all this cheap beer and malt liquor and cheap wine and all this crap. So what I did was, I bought they had flavors. I bought an orange one, and I think it was a blue one. It was like one of those, you know, like blue candy looking kind of color. Sky blue looking. And I did that. Good morning. And I did that. And it went down like Kool-Aid. And I don't even drink Kool-Aid, but it went down like Kool-Aid. And I was like, this other one ain't nothing. And I had bought a 24-ounce can of Coke 45. It didn't even look like a regular can of Coke 45. It looked different. It was a 24-ounce can. I ain't never seen one of those before. And I was in my apartment by myself. And I goes with those two things. I said, this is nothing. And I wasn't feeling shit. That shit snuck up on me. And then I drank the Coke 45. I just took that and just guzzled that down that too. So here I am sitting in my house, just waiting like, well, where's it gonna hit? Here go American Legion Post 35. See? And then they go back there in that building. Yeah, and that thing that snuck up on me like, boom. Just like my guy, my first girlfriend's father. We used to drink together. I just sell him weed, and him and his friends weed. I was like 14 years old. And he used to say, you ever had a Sneaky Pete? He called it Sneaky Pete. I was like, what the hell is that? He said, hey, try it. He used to drink Wild Irish Rose and Coke 45. You never had a Sneaky Pete? I was like, nope, I don't even know what that is. Look at a hummingbird. Right here, look. I said, no, I don't even know what that is. He said, here, that's when you drink some of the cheap wine with some malt liquor or beer. I was like, cool. And I drank somewhere. I drank it with him. Then I said to myself, I see just why they call it that shit. That's just what it does. It sneaks right up on you. And that's just what it did. That's what that shit did to me. Several weeks ago. It did the same shit. It did the same exact shit. I wasn't feeling it at first. And I'm really not a wine drinker. I think it's because wine is thicker than beer. That's my theory. Wine is thicker than beer. Like that liqueur stuff. That stuff is thick, but it's got a lot of alcohol in it though. More than wine. And that kind of sneaks up easy too. Yeah, that Mad Dog of 2022, it ain't the same as fucking 1974 or 73. It's a whole different game. Same way with the malt liquor. That's the first malt liquor I drank in like 20-something years. The first wine I drank in 20-something years. Like, I'm talking about like 23, 24 years. That's what I'm talking about. That's how long I didn't do shit. And, yeah. That shit tore me the fuck up. I'm not gonna lie. That shit tore me out of the fucking frame. I got kind of aggressive. I was in a good mood, but I was in like a super aggressive, happy mood. Like roughing up my neighbors in a happy way type of thing. Talking crazy, talking violent, but then being loving at the same time. That's fucking stupid. And one of the neighbors, me and him don't get along. They were saying I was talking shit to him, but I was happy, but I was talking reckless and violent and shit. And he said I grabbed the dude, started kissing him on his neck. He's a big white boy. He's probably about 6'4", maybe 6'5". But he's scared of me though. He's afraid of me. You know. He's all shook up. He stays shook, keep him shook. And he was happy that I ain't do shit. The next day, one of the neighbors says, "You should have seen the shit you was talking yesterday." This is another tall white dude. He's a hippie. He's about peace and love and all that brotherly love stuff. And he says, "Yeah, man, you had that dude, the big dude next door, all hemmed up." I said, "What big dude? What are you talking about?" He said, "The dude you don't like, man. The dude that be stomping up and down the stairs. And you be threatening him all the time about keep it up and do it again and all that." He said, "Yeah. You told him that I ain't even gonna say what I said." Nah, fuck it, I'll say it. He said, "You told him that you was gonna chop his fucking head off." And I said, "Did I have something in my hand?" I don't remember even saying no shit like that. He was like, "Yeah, you said it." And he said, then you ran up on him and hemmed him up by his door. He couldn't get in the house. And his apartment, you had him on hemmed up by the door. And then you start kissing him on his neck. Hugging on and kissing him on his neck, laughing and shit. I said, "What?" He said, "Yeah." I said, "You gotta be crazy, man." He says, "No, I'm not lying. I ain't got no reason to lie." I'm like, "Wow, for real?" He said, yeah, for real. I'm like, oh man. He said, you owe that man an apology. You owe that man an apology. Oh boy. I said, I ain't gonna mention his name. I can't do that on here. I said, my poor fella, man. You know, I ain't got no hatred in me really. White or whatever, what color you are, I don't care what happens in the world. You know, care about that kind of stuff. I live day to day and live accordingly. So anything can happen all over the world, black, white, purple, it don't matter to me. As long as people in my community is okay, I'm good. So I saw him. And I said, my homie next door told me that I owe you an apology. Now, but I don't know what to apologize about. What for? He said, you don't remember? He said, I'd rather for you to kiss on me than to hurt me. And we started laughing. And then we gave each other a pound and a hug. So it's like that. You know, our neighbors get on your skin sometimes. But you don't hate them. You know. So now after that day, I was like, no more for me. That was the beginning of this month. I'm like, no more for me. It's time to dry out. If I didn't remember shit, that's a blackout. That's no fucking good. And all you motherfuckers be doing it, blacking out and can't remember. All you hoes done suck dicks and fuck niggas and don't even remember. You just woke up the next day, your drawers was missing and your bra was missing and shit like that. So I already know how the game go. Same when white boys be getting fucked up, they be waking up with all kind of shit, you know. Wake up with something stuck up their ass, motherfucker gonna roll on their face with a magic marker and lipstick and all type of shit, shoe polish. You know, motherfuckers be getting tattoos, they don't even remember, getting tatted up, all kind of dumbass shit. I don't want to be that. Then I slightly remember, hemming them up. And I slightly remember the salty taste in my mouth and having him hemmed up, kissing him on his neck. I told my son about that shit. My son was cracking the fuck up. He said, damn, Dad, you still crazy than a motherfucker. I said, yeah, I don't mean nobody no harm. I don't. But I guess sometimes it is good to cut loose. Because I'm usually like a stoic, uptight, disciplinarian type of a person that's like totally against alcohol, same like I sound now. Totally against alcohol and weed and drugs and stuff. You see? But that's 20-something years ago. Damn near a quarter century ago. Now, since they legalized weed here in this state I am, I said, wow, I never got to sweat that shit no more. Because I had a shit on my record in New York. They expunged it. Since they changed the new laws, they let a lot of people out of jail. They broke down a lot of people's sentences and let a lot of people go. Once they legalized it, because you got to legalize and then decriminalize, and there's still a lot of rules involved. The feds are never going to accept anything. They always want to keep you on your toes. But in general, yeah, you know. I went to a couple of dispensaries over the past year and a quarter. I must have went there maybe like every 4 months maybe. And I don't like that shit, man. One day I smoked some weed, I got too fucking high. And I was by myself. I said, what the fuck did I just do? I was higher than 10 motherfuckers. I said, what the fuck I just do? What kind of weed is this? And I already knew that I can't handle the sativa. That sativa is like coke. That shit'll make me super aggressive. I'm super aggressive and loud, man, in general. With strong opinions and shit like that. I'm like that all the time. Super aggressive with strong opinions. And kind of loud opinions too at times. The older I get, the less I talk. The more I listen. The more crazier I see how people really are. That's why I should run my mouth fast in the first place. I'm a New York City black dude. So, not no country ass New York guy. In the city. Harlem, Brooklyn, Bronx, Manhattan, Queens. I was raised in Queens. But I still come from a big home full of Harlem blacks. I was raised around 5 boys. My brother and my 3 cousins. Pair of brothers, me and my other 2 cousins. And it was my other, I had 1 child. He was spoiled, so we used to always get into it, all of us, every day with some shit. So, back to what I was saying. Yeah, so now it seems like, oh, I got a lot of friends now, you know. Yeah, because it seemed like most of the people was doing something. And I knew that already. So when I stopped, I know a lot of friends was gonna fall off and go about their business. They didn't want to hear me preach or me standing around watching them get high. So what I did was stay away from those kind of people. And that's what I've been doing. But in the last year and a quarter, I've been acting kind of like they comrades, you know, inviting people in to have a drink. And, you know, you want a beer, you want a drink, and basically giving all that shit away. Giving away the weed, giving away the fucking liquor and beers, and basically giving away probably a third of the shit. So out of all the shit I have had, I done gave it away probably a third of it. Or more. I was walking up this block one day, and I found like a 1/4 ounce of weed in the bag. This was around the time I started fucking off. I found a 1/4 of weed, so I recorded it and took pictures and I sent it to my wife. My wife's in Canada. She smokes weed. She's a pothead. And drinks and all whatever the fuck else. Drinks and smoke cigarettes and whatever. Smoke weed. Drink wine. Drink good wine. Smoke weed. Whatever. And so where you get that from? I said, I found it. So this shit stinks, man. It was strong too. I gave that away to one of my neighbors. And then I was fishing one day. This place called Kiwanis Park. Kiwanis Park Lake. I was fishing. I ran into this dude from Laos. He was fishing. He showed me a picture of a big largemouth bass he caught in there. He said him and his son went fishing. He bought some little bullshit gear from like Walmart. Went fishing. He caught like a 2-pound fucking bass. He's holding that motherfucker about under the gills, about his bottom lip. And you know, took a picture of it. He showed it to me. And once he got comfortable with me, he's about 45, 40-something, 45, he said. Once he got comfortable with me, he opened up his bag, he pulled out a pipe, and he started to pull out a big thing of weed, big sack, and started smoking. He said, "You smoke?" I said, "Nope." He said, "You're a good person to talk to, man. I wish I could do something for you, man. Because, you know," I said, "You use that for what? Postpartum?" He said, "Yeah. for my PTSD. And I was like, what? He said, yeah, he was in Iraq. And I was like, wow. Then weed wasn't legal then. That's his own shit he had got. And he had a medical thing, but he got another connection. So I was like, nah, I'm on none of that shit. He was like, here, look at it. He pulled out like a golf ball size bud. It was big like a golf ball size thing. And he said, put your hand out. So I ain't touching that shit, man. He said, no, just look at it. Put it in my hand, and I was looking at it, and I smelled it. I said, this shit's strong as shit. Here. He's like, that's yours now. I'm like, man, I told you I don't want this shit, man. He said, well, give it to someone. I ain't taking it back. He zipped his bag up and all that. I was like, fuck, man. So, I'm gonna go fishing. Time wear shades sometimes. See in the water, you can see the fish in the water. I use a glass case, I put it in there. I gave him a lure, like a Cashmaster. It was a golden spoon. It's not a spoon, actually. It's like a couple of ounces heavy. It's for salt water. It wasn't for fresh water. And it's shaped like a wedge type of a thing. Like a rounded wedge with a treble hooker on there and feathers, because I had put feathers. I had bought a bunch of treble hooks that had white feathers on it. Like 20 of them. You know, enough to switch out on some of my lures. And yeah, he gave it to me. He sat there and got fucked up. We left at the same time. And I said, he gonna drive his car, all that shit he smoked? And yes, he did. And I was like, wow, that shit crazy. And took that shit home, took a picture of that, showed it to my wife. She said, where'd you get that from? There's some guy gave it to me fishing, man. These people is giving me shit, offering me stuff, offering me beer and alcohol and all kinds of things. And then I realized I'm out in the desert, man. Really ain't hardly shit to do out here, man. There's no ocean, no beach or nothing. Those parks are nothing but inland lakes. And I'm like, fuck, man. This is what they be doing. Like today. Today is Friday, right? And it's gonna be like 105 degrees. So right now it's hot. And I guess it's like, I would assume about 6 something. Probably like 6:45, maybe 6:30. And yeah, and I figured that, hey, these people ain't got shit to do. So I know there's a lot of alcoholism and drug abuse in this state, man. I know that. And a lot of people retired to this state. Plus there's a lot of young people here, because there's a lot of colleges out here and branches of the colleges. And these young adults and kids be getting super fucked up. And now they got recreational weed legal. All you gotta do is be of age. And that's that. Crime goes down because weed is legal. They ain't fighting no more over territory and all this crazy stuff. And it ain't really that bad out here anyway. Not where I live, not here. I live in Chandler. Chandler is like the best city south of Arizona. Up north, there's a lot of beautiful places, man, that I know is better than here. But that's up north. And to the south, to the west and east, nah, nothing can compare to up north and down south here. The next city down is Tucson. And that's right on the Mexican border. So I'm 1 city away from the Mexican border. But this is a white city. And then you got a lot of Chicanos and Mexicans. But basically it's a white city, 70-some% white. Like most of America. And like most of American states too. It's nice. But yeah, totally assed out about 3 weeks ago. So ever since that incident, that's what I call it, I've been good. Haven't touched anything. And oh yeah, and another thing I wanted to say. Another thing I want to say. When I had stopped, it's like, if you keep, it reminded me when I was younger, if you keep drinking and getting high, or for whatever you take, whatever drugs you want, when you stop and you feel like you don't feel right, that's your body trying to get back into homeostasis. That's your body trying to level out and get back to normal. That's what a hangover is. You go out on Friday, you start drinking when you get off of work, and you drink all Friday night into Saturday morning. You take a nap, you get back up, you and wherever you are, your people still drinking, 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, you're still at it, still smoking, and whatever else you're doing, pills, sniffing, whatever it is you're doing, and you keep doing that, and then you take that into Sunday. You do that all Saturday morning, afternoon, take that into Sunday, wake up Sunday, the same shit. Crack a beer, still drinking, you're still drugging, whatever you bugging, smoking cigarettes, whatever it is you do. It's partying. It's like a binge. You binge into a Monday morning, and you gotta work, you got a job? Shit. You know, like I know. Your ass ain't getting back to normal to motherfucking hump day or after. You're not gonna feel the same. You're not even gonna feel the same because that shit is still in you, traces of it, and you're still under the influence of whatever it is you're doing. What most people do to get rid of that, they have another drink. That'll put you right back. That'll level you off, and it will. And it will get rid of your hangover, because your body is used to drinking alcohol for the past 3 days, and it then took your body over. So now your body's expecting the alcohol, or else you're gonna feel miserable. So then as soon as you get a couple of drinks in you, you're feeling good again, and you're back to normal, and yeah, you're regular again. Because that shit done took you over. The snake in the grass. That shit's a snake in the grass. All them drugs and stuff. So, you gotta tough it out, or you either gotta wean yourself off of it. Like how you would do cigarettes or anything else. You don't binge on it. You just do that little bit to get you right. Same with like a heroin addict that shoots dope. Same thing. They just can't stop. Their body is so used to it that without it, when the body's trying to go through homeostasis, get back to homeostasis, that's what's called withdrawal. And that's what same thing happens with alcohol too. It's withdrawal symptoms. That's what it is. You wake up, you're throwing up, Your head's feeling lightheaded. You still feel high. You're dizzy. You're nauseous. You got cold sweats, hot sweats and cold sweats. You got the fever. You're getting the chills. Yep, the same thing like a heroin addict. The same exact shit you're gonna do. And that happens to people with cigarettes too. Try to quit smoking, the same thing's gonna happen. Once your body gets used to that chemical. That's just like sugar. Same thing. If you stop eating sugar, then go through the same shit. You're gonna have anxiety, depression. You're gonna be grumpy and irritable. Same stuff. It's all the same shit. They got people thinking ass backwards. But it's all the same shit. Doesn't matter what it is. Once you develop a habit for it, it could be pussy. You can build up a tolerance for pussy or jerking off. You know, your day ain't gonna go right until you bust a nut type shit. You see? Becomes a habit. Your body's looking for those chemicals. Oxytocin, dopamine, adrenaline, and a lot of other shit. You know, whatever. People be falling in love with stuff. Yeah. Same if you're used to fucking a chick. That's gonna be oxytocin calling you. That's the bonding chemical that comes out in your thing to help you bond with people. That's what make you bond to your children and bond to your wife, your lover. That wears off after a while, but when it's there, it's powerful. And people have done a lot of dumb shit for love. It's the oxytocin type shit that makes you do dumb shit. And for drugs, same shit. So I noticed like 2 months ago, about 3 months ago, I went on a binge. Drinking beer. Then I noticed that I was drinking like I was wondering how could anybody drink a 6-pack of beer. I was noticing that I was drinking a 6-pack like back to back to back, like 6 beers, like in a half an hour type shit. And I was like, did I do that? I said, I gotta slow this shit down. Then I would stop for days. And then I noticed, man, that fucking the days that I stopped, I didn't feel good. I didn't feel good at all. And my stomach felt super empty. Then I started throwing up bile, a little bit of bile. This is taking me back 25 years. I'm like, uh-oh, here we go with that bullshit again. Then I said, you gotta stop. And I stopped. And it took about 3 days for all that shit to go away. Those feelings. It's called anxiety. Hangover, anxiety from getting hungover. I said, I got that anxiety shit they be talking about. That's bad. That's a bad thing. And it can get worse and worse and worse and worse. That's just the beginning. And that's the best time to stop. In the beginning, after you get hungover, you stop. You drink a little bit here and there, you ain't gonna get hungover. But once you binge out and go full-fledged party mode, yeah, you're gonna get that. That's gonna happen. And so I was like, nah, man, I ain't doing this shit. Then I stopped for a month or something. Then I got bored again one day. I was bored shit. Yeah, I was bored as hell. And I went out and bought like a 12-pack of Budweiser. I drink Budweiser when I drink. Drank a bunch of Budweisers. And then I was like, wow, here we go again. So then I drank the Bud, and that shit went real fast. Went out to the store again, bought some more. And I was like, here we go again. Next thing I know, 2 months passed by. 2 months passed by. Next thing I know, 2 months had passed by. And until like 3 weeks ago. And that weekend, I started on Friday. I said, I'm getting fucked up this weekend. Started on Friday. Before I knew it, every day was feeling like the damn weekend to me. And I noticed that I was consuming a lot. I was having people over the house. I was having people over the house. I was consuming a lot. I was giving away a lot of alcohol and drinks and weed and everything. And of course, everybody's your friend. It's like having a bag of breadcrumbs in the park with a bunch of pigeons or ducks. As soon as that shit's gone, they gone. So I was like, enough is enough, man. So I've been chill for like 3 weeks. 3 weeks have went by. 3 weeks have went by. I've been good. And I've been missing my workouts and walks. Good morning. Hi. Hello. Yeah, I've been missing my workouts and walks. Neglecting myself just to hang out. Then I see why I stopped hanging out for 20-some years in the first place. But I have a different feeling towards people that drink and smoke weed and all and smoke cigarettes. I don't look at them the same as I did before. I just joined them for a little while, see what it was like again. Because I'm always open to try new shit. But that was old shit I already knew about. And I just didn't do it so long. I kept that open. I never said that I never was going to do it again. I just wanted to leave it where I didn't feel so restricted. Because believe me, in all those years, there was parts of the day crossed my mind to do it. Yeah. Same way like cigarettes or anything else. I don't just fuck with cigarettes. And all that other shit. I fuck with that Budweiser. And I tried the weed. Then I tried some vodka. And then I tried the amaretto shit. Oh, I drank some of that cinnamon whiskey shit. I bought a couple of those little bottles. Yeah, that's what got me sick the other time. The little bottles of whatever the name of that shit. It's Fireball, I think is the name of it. Yeah. I bought like 4 of those. For me, my homie went to the casino. And I bought a big thing of Budweiser. Went to the casino. I drank 2 of them shit straight up. Drank half of that 24 can. I put a tissue in there, left it in the car. Went to the casino. I was watching MMA fights and stuff. Playing a few slot machines. Then I doubled back out to the car. Knocked the rest of that shit out. Came back. We stayed into the casino until like 8 o'clock the next morning. He didn't have no money, I had the money. And then, I guess you could say I picked up a bitch, but I let him have her. It's a white lady. And I'm giving them money to play. They ain't had no money. So they use my money for entertainment. And I started drinking coffee, black coffee. So I am drunk, drinking black coffee. I wasn't drunk like I was 3 weeks ago, but when I got home that day, I went to sleep for about 2.5 hours. And when I woke up, there it was, that anxiety shit. That's when I first realized it. I was like, oh, that's just from the hard alcohol. That's what's doing it. But that's what did it. And that's what did it 3 weeks ago also. It's mixing a hard alcohol with it. Like I said earlier, that Sneaky Pete shit. The wine and more liquor mix. Chasing it. Chasing wine with more liquor. Shit'll make a monkey out of you. Showed out. It's on the phone.